having a little bit of bread for my breakfast while I head to the airport because I am going to Sabah. This time around, I'm going to Kota Kinabalu. I'll be climbing the tallest mountain in Malaysia, which is Mount Kinabalu. Obviously, I'm not doing this alone. I have my friend coming with me, and that obviously is Shirley. Climbed Mulu in the past 2 years ago in 2004, and now we're gonna do Kota Kinabalu together. The flight was at 6:30 a.m. and I slept all the way through. I feel like I'm really good at sleeping at any time and anywhere. First shocker of Sabah was in the airport itself. They already sold frozen fish, so I don't know what else to expect here. Oh, we are at the airport waiting for our Grab. Currently they use Grab as well. Yeah. Nothing is allowed to go smoothly because we put the wrong destination as our pickup, so we are rushing over there. The airport to town is actually quite close, and we actually reach our hotel really quickly. Since we were early, we can't really check in, so we just left our bags with the reception and we started planning our day. First thing first is that we have to plan our breakfast and a few other activities because we are actually waiting for one more friend to arrive as well. We ended up at King Wan Hing, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, which serve wonton noodles and like polo buns and stuff like that. The food was fairly decent. There was a lot of tourists. Wouldn't give it 10 out of 10, but it was a meal. The polo bun, I'm gonna comment on this later, but it is not bad. It's just a little bit cold, but there was filling, so moderately enjoyed. The other dishes as well, moderately enjoyed. Not something I would come back to eat all the time. The shop is located at Gaya Street, which all the other famous shops are also located in. While we were planning out what to do for the day, Shirley has been recommending to go to the waterfall, and I wasn't so sure about it. It was really tough agreeing with her, but you'll see where we end up in a bit. Our dear friend had to spend a little bit of time in the pharmacy while she is sorting out her meds and decided on a very quick stroll around the town area. Famous Marlin can be seen from far away, and it's one of the icons of Sabah. This really is like the main area of the entire Sabah or like KK, and I would say you just have to spend your time here and you basically can see everything. There were many tourists, a lot of them from China and a lot of them from Korea. There were some viral spots on Xiaohongshu that I never heard about, like Green Apple, which you will see in the future. But town exploration can wait for a little bit later because we are literally going to a waterfall. Multiple grabs cancelled on us because of how far it is, so we had to use Maxim. At this point, I was really contemplating on life, like, what am I doing? The Maxim obviously dropped us off at the wrong spot, so we had to walk. It wasn't very scenic, but it's very different from Penang, so I got to see a lot of different nature, a lot of different landscapes, but very quickly we reach our destination of the waterfall area. There's a little hut that we just passed by along the way. This area is called Kyeonsam, and right behind this building is the waterfall. I think we forgot to show our IC, so we had to pay a little more, 10 ringgit instead of 4 ringgit. But they keep saying local, so I'm not so sure if they wanted us as like some Menanjung people to be considered as locals. But anyway, we just paid and entered. There are 7 waterfalls total, and it is absolutely gorgeous. The first 3 waterfalls can be accessed easily without hiking. We're sure if we had enough time to hike, so we just went for the 4th waterfall. It is so cooling, it is so pretty, and it is so calming over there. There were a lot of people, but it is not overcrowded, and I absolutely recommend coming here. I'm not going to romanticize the place, but waterfalls are just waterfalls, but we really enjoyed being at a waterfall after not being in nature for a long time, so this was great. I wasn't really planning on getting into the water, but in the end I kinda did and did not regret. We met 2 new friends over there who were working as in the army, and they were really nice. They shared with us their drinks and we had a small conversation, and we departed at the same time as well. We reached there at 2:30 and I think we stayed there for a good hour and a half. So we left around 4:30, and that's when we decided to actually hike a little bit before 4:30 actually. So we actually managed to see one of the waterfalls that you had to hike to, and there were absolutely nobody there because nobody wanted to hike. But it was so near, literally so near. This trip actually revolves around climbing Mount KK, and while we had our spare time, we didn't really plan on what to do. So being at this waterfall is just really tranquil and really just a really good start to the whole experience. I'm literally taking 5 days off leave from work, and that just really relaxes my mind to not think of work at all. So yeah, it's just great. This is us on the very short hike up to the fourth waterfall before coming back down. Sitting, we saw cute fishies in a drain, and the sun slowly set as we made our way to Tanjung Aru, but not before it fully set. We reached Tanjung Aru beach at a really good time. It was almost sunset and it was crowded. Just crowded, full of people. 人山人海. I think that's what people would say, like mountain sea, a sea of people. I don't know. While there are many people, there's also a lot of space on this beach, so that's fine. And people say that this is like the third best sunset spot in the world, which I've never heard of. It was quite beautiful, but I had no idea it had this name. While watching the sunset, we ate a bit of satay because we already had something for dinner planned, so we just ate snacks. Most of the people here do very touristy things. A lot of people rent paddle boards just to take pictures, even though they don't really paddle, and that is like the main tourist attraction for people here. I actually had the most absolutely worst avocado mango milkshake here. Do not get it. That being said, the sunset is still unreal. As the sun sets even more, I slowly agreed why it says it's really beautiful. But when it gets dark, it is literally blackout. So good timing cause we headed for dinner, and the sun sets really early here. It sets around like 6 p.m. Sasa Seafood Restaurant is the place to go for seafood dinner according to Xiao Hongsu. So we went there. We had soft shell crab, prawns, vegetables, and some other things. I wouldn't say like it is 10 out of 10. It's just good to eat, and it's just restaurant food, not something out of the world. I couldn't help but feel really bad for the animals in the tank. As cool or as pretty as it looks, don't really like it. So this is how our monocular hotel looks like. I am taking the single bed while they share the double bed, and it's quite quaint and small, but it does its job really well. Absolutely love how they gave slippers. That was like the best part. In the morning, they don't really serve breakfast, but they gave us free polo buns on first come first serve basis, and I have to say it was better than the polo bun I had at King Wan Hing, because King Wan Hing's one was cold and this was warm. That's great. For today, we will be traveling to a different region of KK, but before that, we had to make another pit stop to town to get more mats, to get more stuff, and of course, eat lunch. This was a Sunday, and this is the Sunday market that happens during the morning and afternoon session. But on Fridays and Saturdays, they have it during the evening session. We were here on a Sunday and we were lucky to catch this. Though we didn't really buy anything from the market, it was really interesting to see everything. And we made our way to one of the famous laksa spots in the whole of KK called Yifang Laksa. The market is literally endless, and we had to squeeze through many nooks and crannies to get to where we wanted because we were dropped off at the other end of the market. I don't think there is a place in Malaysia where you wouldn't find street art in the middle of town, as it's a signature in the whole of Malaysia to have street art wherever you go. You will notice my bag getting bigger over time as we are preparing and buying stuff in preparation for the climb. And for today, the grocery shopping was to buy Snickers, which we did, and I think we bought around like 3 per person. Not gonna lie, some of the stuff in KK is a bit more expensive than in East Malaysia, and I'm pretty sure it's because of the shipping. Malaysia is separated by the ocean for East Malaysia and West Malaysia. You will see some cultural differences and even food differences, like the Penang laksa compared to the Sarawak and Sabah laksa. It's like different things. We went to many different stores cause we wanted to compare prices and ended up getting our drinks at 7-Eleven. At around 11 a.m., we left the market and made our way to Padang Merdeka. Right beside Padang Merdeka is where you can find a lot of minibuses that takes you to either Ningau or Ranau. Are heading to Ranau where Kundasang is located at. And after discussion with the prices with the guy, they called a local who is willing to drive us there. So I assume this is not like their full-time job as being drivers, but when they have the opportunity to drive tourists or people, they take up this offer and this is their job for the day, I guess. We pass by many scenic things, and as we approach closer, we can see the place where we're gonna climb really, really soon. It looks totally unreal from where we are, and to go closer to it and feel the air change on its way, wow, it's really surreal. Throughout the entire trip, I have been taking a bunch of photos of the exact same mountain. That's because it's so beautiful. Where I'm standing at this peak is around 1.2 kilometers elevation, so the mountain may look a bit shorter here, but it's actually like 4 kilometers tall. It is a giant, and it is a beautiful giant.
Whoa. That's cool.
If I'm not mistaken, most of the time when we look at the mountain, we are looking at the south of the mountain. And from far away, we can even see the waterfall, which is one of the starting points of the Kinabalu trail. Made our way closer, we passed by Kinabalu Parks, which is where we will be starting our journey tomorrow. For today, we get to explore a bit of Kundasang town and some other things which Kundasang can offer to us to play and to experience. We didn't really realize that we were standing on an actual golf course, and here we are playing actual golf in the middle of Kundasang into a football field. The e-hailing service or like the transportation service in this area is not really the best, so we actually paid our driver a bit more to take us to a few locations because he had actually free time. So yeah, one of the places that we went was the Desa farm, and before we even explored the farm, we had to refill our stomachs as we were so hungry. We had pizza, cheese, ice cream, and basically everything, every dairy product that we could get that the cafe sold. I'm not sure if the cheese from the pizza is from the dairy, but it was a good piece of pizza. We drank the chocolate milk that the farm had to offer, and there were multiple options for the cheese box or like the cheese platter, and we just took the 20 ringgit option because we just wanted to try. I had the Oreo yogurt ice cream thingy, and it was good. Yummy. I absolutely love how there were so many Sabah flags around the area, and right in the background you can literally just see the peaks of Gunung Kinabalu. It's just gorgeous over there. There wasn't a tour guide to guide us through the entire farm, but we just had a walkthrough of our own, and they had multiple areas where you could see the items in the factory being produced. I'm not exactly sure what was going on, but it is just a quick look because we didn't really have time to read up or look at the signs as it was already almost closing. There was a feeding area for baby cows, baby Calves? Yes, that's right. They're called calves. Don't know why I can't pronounce it that right, but sure. It just felt a bit sad because they looked like they were separated from their parents, but yeah, sure. Touristy attraction, I guess. Oh, so sad. I think that they are all really well fed and really well taken care of, but yeah, the views in this farm is just spectacular. You feel like you're not even in Malaysia. You feel like you're in a foreign country, but this is Malaysia and this is what Malaysia can offer and it's just gorgeous. And the wind in this area was really strong and chilly, and at one point I almost thought my camera was gonna fall. But it didn't, so that's good. And by camera, I shot everything on my iPhone 17 Pro Max, which is so beautiful and gorgeous. I'm so glad I changed my phone before coming on this trip.
Yeah, thank you.
At the end of this tour, it was almost 4:30 or like almost 5. So we headed back to the car and we decided to just go to our hotel. This Kundasang town is really, really cute. It is really high and low terrains, and the cars here, they have to have the power to drive uphill a lot. So they will see a lot of Hiluxes, but Kanchil and Asias can actually make its way here as well. This is the beautiful Os Villa which we will be staying at. It is absolutely gorgeous. There aren't really many facilities in this area, but the view is the main point, and this is the view. Damn! Our room was really big and spacious as well. I had the sofa bed near the window, and I really woke up to a really, really nice view. I absolutely have no idea how they booked
Wow,
the
I feel so
best
generous.
view
They feel
room in the
generous.
whole entire hotel. As we just had to open the window and
Oh
we
shit.
got everything. I was
Eh,
just
okay, so because you
amazed.
have to try mah.
And right below our room is the pond, which you can see all the fishies. No swimming, but it is so pretty. I do have to comment that the pond required a shaded area, so I didn't tell the management, but I wish that the koi fishes had like a place that they can hide from the sun. Even though it's chilly and cold, fishes do need a place to hide and to shadow the sun from the sun. The sun slowly set at around 6 to 6:30 p.m. and it really gave the whole entire venue a magical
That was a wrap.
feel. I'm just really appreciative that I got to go on this experience and to stay here. So really thankful for the people that I went with. I really couldn't stop staring at how beautiful everything was, and I'm just soaking everything in. I'm just so glad to be away from work and to be able to go on a trip like this, away from my laptop, to be free, to be in nature, and to be experiencing different things. Oh, and did we mention there was a putting area or putting zone? There's multiple putting zones actually in the entire facilities, and we played putting. So it was a whole day of golfing in Kundasang. For dinner, I had buttermilk chicken. As pretty as this place is, they didn't really serve like the best of the best food. It was edible, but I did wish, and I do wish that their food can actually improve. It's not bad, but I think that it can be better. We went to sleep for the night. It was total blackout, but I did take some starry shots. I did not take any footage of that, but here is the sunrise the next morning. It was beautiful witnessing this sunrise. It was just really quiet and really tranquil, and the sky just slowly woke up. It was absolutely amazing to see how like the sun hit the mountains first and slowly got higher, and there was like a clear separation of the horizon. Not the horizon, but like it slowly just lit up everything, and there was just the feel of, I'm sure there's a word for this. I just don't know the science term for it, but like the shadow and everything. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's just beautiful. Okay, it's just beautiful. I went down alone for breakfast because my friends were not into breakfast. I got myself a cup of coffee and a big breakfast set. Again, not the best, but still edible and still nice. And I did wish it can improve. But did really just enjoy the time by myself here and being able to experience again the tranquility of the place. After finishing my meal, I took my cup of coffee out to have it outdoors where I can feel the breeze. It cooled down really quickly, but I enjoyed my cold cup of coffee. The occupancy of this place was quite full, like almost every room was booked, but it never really felt overcrowded as people will leave to explore different things throughout the day. So it doesn't really feel overcrowded, but you'll see a lot of different faces. This place doesn't look real, but it is real. Oh, fancy. With only 40 minutes before our checkout time, we decided to rush down to the strawberry farm. Good morning, America. It was only like a 10-minute walk away from our hotel, but we do have to remember and consider that there is elevation, so it will take a longer time to get back to the hotel. Strawberries were not in bloom, but they still had strawberries in stock, so we ordered the chocolate strawberry, which is one of like the most recommended and famous thing over there. And I gotta say, it really was a really good thing to have. It tasted so delicious. Not sure, but we gotta leave now. After a brutal 1 hour of trying to get a taxi, we finally found a ride, and it took us to a local mini mart first before dropping off us at the next place. We went to get a few supplies for our trip and just to prepare ourselves a bit better again for the climb. We bought rather a lot of things and a few packets of instant noodles as well, so we could eat during the night and before the climb tomorrow. We arrived at our next hotel called J Residence at around 1 p.m., where we checked in, and it's only a 10-minute walk away from Kinabalu Park. So tomorrow we'll be walking there from this hotel. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh my god. By staying in this hotel, we are literally training for Mount Kinabalu. Look at these steps. So Kinabalu Park 应该是3个小时 to explore the whole thing. And then 我们回来的时候还有一点时间 to 快点回来 before the sunset. And this is the villa. Oh damn, that's cool. Damn. And again, I get the mountain view. This time round, we are just using this area or this place as a pit stop to rest up for tomorrow. We are not staying in our room that much, and we are already preparing to go out for our trail walk at Kinabalu Park. It was really windy and it felt really cool, so being here at even 2 p.m. just feels amazing because the weather is great. Oh, here. Counter satu. Ready? This is a faster way to go. We inquired about the trails and we know which one to go now, but before that, we wanted to settle our registration for tomorrow's climb. Had to pay for a mountain guide, some transportation, and so on. There were like around 10 trails that we could possibly do, but we tried to choose the most simple one, which was the Silao trail. In order to get to it, a lot of the trails are intertwined, so we took entering the Bukit Tupai trail. Is this really the trail that I want to go to? We want to get to the botanical garden. Let's go! There's a lot of signboards, so pretty good. A lot of hot dogs as well. Very nice. Okay, 我们不知道要去哪里 right? Dang. Yeah, go straight there. It felt really fun using a physical map and getting lost, and we were trying to make our way to botanical gardens as well. Almost every trail in this park is very well paved, so you wouldn't easily get lost. Oh shit, that's sick. Gorgeous. Oh my god. Been noticing that I took a lot of nature videos throughout this entire trip, and there's nothing else I can do but just appreciate nature and its calmness and stillness and rainforestness in Sabah. Yeah. Obstacle tree. No, just kidding. So this is actually the botanical gardens, and as pretty as it is, I don't really know what I was looking at, and a lot of the things that I want to see or like that was labeled to be in there, I could not find. There was this very bright red oak tree, I think, in the middle of one of the rivers, so that was pretty cool. The trail we took, Silao Trail, has a river right beside it, and every step of the way you could actually hear it or even see it. We didn't really take the full Silao Trail, and we just cut it in between, and we passed by a few other trails while using the Silao Trail. The park closes at around 5, I think, and we didn't really want to get stuck in there, even though you can actually leave at 6 p.m. as well. But we just wanted the sunlight to be behind us as we leave and make our way back to the hotel as well later. Oh my god, no, maybe not like that, you know. This girl is a freak. I am scared of her. There was a really near uphill trail right near the entrance, but we decided not to go for it because every view in Sabah actually kind of looks the same. I mean, it is beautiful, but You will see most of the items or most of the hills the same way you see Mount KK. So we didn't want to lose too much sunlight, and we just didn't go for it because it's actually too
Yeah.
uphill as well. In simple terms, we are actually conserving energy. Some parts of the trail actually allow us to go nearer to the water, but it doesn't really look so crystal clear or clean to play around. We just appreciated it from afar. Not sure how far deep into the forest you could go with the trails, but pretty much the route that we were on was always connected to cellular. We're not exactly here to doom scroll, but it's just good to have in mind that we are always connected to cellular as long as we're in the Kinabalu parks. I don't think we bumped into that many insects on the way. As much as close we are to nature and the river, I don't think there were many mosquitoes as well. Maybe it was the time that we were there around 4 p.m., so mosquitoes weren't out yet, but yeah, pretty much not many mosquitoes or insects flying around your face. The Silao Silao Trail is considered one of the easier trails in the whole entire park. The map that we took with us had a brief description of every trail, and it described Silao Silao as one of the easiest ones. While Silao Silao is being considered the easier ones, it doesn't mean it is also the cleanest ones. Cause you still can get mud and dirt into your hands and legs and shoes if you're not careful.
I wish three of us can safely reach to the top peak and safety without any injury come back and nothing will.
For this trail, it was approximately 30 to 60 minutes. No, actually, it was 60 to 120 minutes to finish. But since we only cut into half, we only took less than an hour to complete the entire thing. Yes, me being appreciative for being able to read an offline map. After walking through the trail, we headed out to the nearest restaurant, which is right opposite the Kinabalu Park. It is called the Panataran Restaurant, and they serve a mixture of Malay and Chinese food, I think. I had myself some nasi kampung fried rice, though it did not come with anchovies, which was a little bit disappointing. It was still nice. And I also ordered a little soup, and it's called the spicy and sour soup, which is also very nice to eat after a long walk. We headed back to our hotel before the sun fell, and we pretty much stayed indoors packing our bags in preparation for tomorrow. So we will have to wake up at around 6:30 just to prepare for checking out, for preparing for the hike, and just for last minute packing. By the time it was sundown, and this pretty much ends the first half of the entire vlog. Thanks for watching.